Unfortunately, for many Western and Ukrainian bloggers and Telegram channels, their worst dream came true. The Ukrainian army began to withdraw its troops from Avdiivka. The corresponding order to retreat was given by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, General Oleksandr Syrsky, on February 16, 2024. Thus, it can be stated that the offensive of the Russian army on the most powerful and well-fortified city in Europe, which began on October 10, 2023, ended in a complete victory for Russian troops. The battle for Avdiivka lasted 98 days, and undoubtedly, this battle will be studied by world military universities for many more decades. Meanwhile, British journalist James Waterhouse, commenting on the retreat of the armed forces of Ukraine, admitted that the capture of Avdiivka would be one of the largest victories of the Russian army. The British journalist also added that now the Ukrainian command should make every effort to ensure that the soldiers of the armed forces of Ukraine could get out of Avdiivka alive. According to James Waterhouse, the Ukrainian command should not repeat the mistakes made in Bakhmut, as a result of which not only the city itself was lost, but also thousands of lives of Ukrainian soldiers and officers. Well, it seems that the Ukrainian command did not listen to the words of the British journalist. Starting on the morning of February 17, many Ukrainian Telegram channels began to declare that the Ukrainian armed forces were leaving their positions in Avdiivka in a very disorganized and hasty manner, as a result of which casualties among Ukrainian soldiers were increasing. Moreover, the advisor to the head of the Donetsk People's Republic, Yen Gagin, officially stated that the armed forces of Ukraine are retreating chaotically, leaving the wounded soldiers on the battlefield. He also confirmed the fact that Russian troops managed to capture one of the commanders of the Azov regiment, along with 30 militants, in the area of the railway. At the same time, information about the liberation of the Avdiivka coke plant was also confirmed. It is reported that Azov militants, together with the territorial defense units of the armed forces of Ukraine, hastily fled the Avdiivka coke plant. It is reported that the Russian army has already hoisted the Russian flag over this plant. Moreover, war correspondents confirmed the fact that the elite units of the armed forces of Ukraine did not put up any resistance to the Russian troops, deciding simply to escape. At the same time, war correspondents admit that the armed forces of Ukraine had every opportunity to resist for a long time, using powerful structures and underground tunnels of the Avdiivka coke plant. However, this has not been done. It seems that the Azov militants understood perfectly well that the Russian army would not give them a second chance for survival, as it was done in Mariupol, during the blockade of Azovstal. Commenting on the loss of Avdiivka by the Ukrainian army, former Deputy Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, General Sergei Krivonos, said that Western and Ukrainian intelligence were responsible for this defeat. According to him, the military intelligence of the United States, NATO, and Ukraine completely screwed up, as they failed to give an accurate assessment of the offensive capabilities of the Russian army. Meanwhile, it became known that the Russian Spetsnaz had struck another blow behind enemy lines. So, on February 17, at 3 p.m. Moscow time, a NATO military train was derailed in the village of Serebriia, in the Vinnytsia region. As it turned out, this train was traveling from Romania to the Ukrainian army's military base, in the Cherkasy region. It is reliably known that this military train was carrying 155mm shells and missiles for Western multiple launch rocket systems and self-propelled guns. As a result of this sabotage, the entire military cargo was completely destroyed. At the moment, an interception plan has been announced in the Vinnytsia region, in order to catch Russian saboteurs. Earlier, representatives of the Ukrainian military department recognized that the central and western parts of Ukraine are literally teeming with groups of Russian Spetsnaz that cause significant damage to the military infrastructure and supply lines of the armed forces of Ukraine. Moreover, the Ukrainian military department also recognized the fact that there is a problem with the so-called Ukrainian partisans, who not only actively help the Russian Spetsnaz but also independently carry out sabotage actions against the armed forces of Ukraine. The Ukrainian partisans mainly consist of citizens of Ukraine, who help the Russian forces in every possible way on the territory of this Eastern European country.